Meek Mill and P. Diddy matching outfits picture goes viral after Meek Mill comes up in this lawsuit, right? You got this lawsuit where this dude is suing P. Diddy and people been going through it. He brought, I believe, a Young Miami name came up in it, like about her cousin, doing some things. And then the dude also stated that P. Diddy was bragging about getting with somebody who is a Philadelphia rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj. Goddamn Meek. No, Meek, no. Boy, it's getting hot up in that kitchen now. It's getting hot up in that kitchen. So now all of a sudden, this pic done came out. They got the matching shirt on and all that. Boy, ain't looking good out here. Ain't looking good out here for Diddy and them. Ain't looking good. And this is just the beginning. You let them tell it. It's just the beginning.
If you have been wondering how Chris Brown, Meek Mill, and Usher all became implicated in this $30 million lawsuit that was just filed against Diddy 2 days ago by producer Lil Rod, I got you. I'm gonna break it down for you in less than 60 seconds. For the record, y'all, I'm not an attorney. I'm just some bitch on the internet. This is my very non-professional interpretation of a legal document, but let's get into it. Producer Lil Rod, Rodney Jones, works with Diddy for a period of 13 months between 2022 and 2023 on Diddy's Love album. During that time period, he says he was subjected to a lot of unwanted physical interaction with Diddy. Y'all can assume what I'm talking about. At one point, Diddy allegedly wants to engage in full physical activity with Rodney Jones, and as a heterosexual Christian male, that's what it states in the document, he felt extremely uncomfortable by this. It's alleged that Diddy says to him, hey, look, this is an industry standard. I've engaged in physical interaction with rapper, and then the name is redacted, and R&B singer, and that name is redacted. However, there are footnotes. The footnotes for the rapper state, I will read it directly, a Philadelphia-based rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. The footnote for the R&B-based singer states he performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. We can only assume that that is both Meek Mill and Usher. That is just an assumption. Now here's where Breezy comes in. Ronnie states that at a listening party at Diddy's home in California, he was present when he alleges that another R&B singer was consorting with SWs and underage girls. Now the footnote for that R&B singer, and I quote, states, he is a Grammy Award-winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a Bayesian billionaire. Now, who is the only Bayesian billionaire that we know of that was assaulted by a Grammy Award-winning artist? I'll give you a hint. Her name starts with Ree and ends in Anna. Moving forward, Rodney Jones describes an interaction on one of Diddy's yachts where he states that he saw rapper engaging and consorting with underage girls and SWs. Now, the footnote for that redacted rapper's name is the same one that I mentioned earlier. And at this yacht is where he also claims that he received unwanted physical interaction from Cuba Gooding Jr. Now, I am going to make a full breakdown on this entire lawsuit. I will have that on my page today. So y'all, follow along if you haven't yet and if you want to stay updated on that. I promise you, it is such a wild lawsuit. There's photos, there's screenshots. I mean, there is so much, and I'm going to break it down for y'all.
Meek Mill and P. Diddy did what? Every day there is a main story on the internet, and the goal is to never be it. Unfortunately, for P. Diddy and Meek Mill, they are the main character today, and you may be wondering why. This has to do with a lawsuit that was filed in Manhattan yesterday. It was a 70-page lawsuit filed by one of Diddy's ex-producers. The lawsuit alleges a lot in it, from P. Diddy being a really bad human being to him having intercourse with a redacted rapper and a redacted R&B singer. The producer, by the way, is Rodney Jones, who also goes by Little Rod. I am not a lawyer, so I'm not going to pretend that I know everything. My dad is a lawyer, for those wondering. They, for some reason, put redacted rapper and singer, and then they put these little footnotes up here, and then they just described who it was in the footnotes. He's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. We all know who that is. Meek Mill. Here's academics putting it all together.
Rapper, 5, that's redacted. Look, 5, he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Meek!
I had the same reaction as academics. Meek! So yeah, this is all alleged. This is a part of a lawsuit. This, of course, reminded a lot of people of Cat Williams on the Shannon Sharp podcast, where he said he went to a party at P. Diddy's, but there was no women there. And, you know, he was kind of alleging some things going on there. So yeah, that's what's going on. P. Diddy and Meek. Hey man, if, you know, that's your thing, bro. Dreams and nightmares, you know, sounds a little different now in my head, but you know, just a legend.
If you've seen the Meek Mill and Diddy rumors, you might believe them because social media is having a field day with them, but I read through the docs and I have to say, I have my doubts about them. One of Diddy's producers named Rodney Lil Rod Jones sued Diddy and accused him of some crazy crimes in a $30 million lawsuit. Now, I'm not dismissing all of his claims, but I do think the Meek Mill claim specifically is very hard to believe. The claim about Meek is just hearsay. He says Diddy told him he had sex with Meek, which is not illegal anyway. Unlike other parts of the lawsuit, there are no photos or videos of the Meek and Diddy claim. And the filing redacted the name Meek Mill, but a footnote says he was a Philly rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, which makes it so obvious that it's Meek Mill. Like they weren't even trying to hide Meek's identity, or Usher's, or Chris Brown's, whose names are also redacted but have footnotes that defeat the purpose of redacting the name. When I read through it, it felt like they were trying to get social media riled up, of trying to solve this mystery that's not really a mystery. And there's other mistakes in the lawsuit. At one point, it claims that Stevie J is the Philly rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, which is not the case. And even the evidence it does have isn't always that good. There's a photo where it claims that Stevie J is having relations with another man, but an adult performer has already come out and said that's him in the photo and not Stevie J. And to be clear, I am not a lawyer, but I am a journalist and I have read through legal filings before. And this lawsuit is just poorly written. It reads like amateur hour. And all that being said, his other claims may be legitimate, they may be true, I honestly do not know. But his situation does not seem much like Cassie's to me. Cassie had a long-term public relationship with Diddy, and she had very specific claims in her lawsuit, some of which were very quickly confirmed, like the Kid Cudi car thing. And Diddy, of course, very quickly settled. He might do that here because he's dealing with so much bad press, but don't be too sure this time around.
Meek Mill response to coming up in P. Diddy's lawsuit. So Meek Mill has been responding to coming up in the lawsuit, even though it didn't say his name. It said that it was a rapper from Philly who dated Nicki Minaj. That's not hard to put two and two together. Meek Mill claims like, man, ain't nobody never tried me because I'm from Philly. So because I'm from Philly, y'all ain't seen what y'all saw. Y'all ain't see me and Diddy with the matching fits. Y'all ain't see it. Y'all ain't hear what y'all heard in that lawsuit. Nah, y'all ain't heard it because I'm from Philly. Y'all got me bent. So Meek is out here on his tough guy shit. He done went off on DJ Academics for speaking on it. He's going off on people for speaking on it. Don't be mad at me, brother. I just bring the news. I don't wake up creating news. I wake up going to find the news, brother. And I found you in the news for being in that damn lawsuit, and then I seen your pic with Diddy. I'm just saying.
Hey guys, as we all know, we've all been pretty much following this whole Meek Mill's situation with this P. Diddy lawsuit and all the allegations that have been coming out about Meek ever since that lawsuit dropped. Now, Meek has been denying all of these allegations, alluding it to the fact that like they're trying to tear him down because he's an independent artist. He owns his masters now, so they're trying to destroy him. But now a video has surfaced where Meek seemingly confesses to the rumors kind of being true. Check this out.
You gotta sell it for 3 months.
That nigga cried when they sell it up.
Pack it up, go to new jail. You gonna feel like you just lost a chick. You know how it is. It's just you gonna be
How many
hurt
times
about
you
it.
felt like that?
No.
You ain't never lose your celly and feel like you lost a chick.
No.
I don't know what to make of this. I don't know. Listen, man, I don't know. It gets stranger and stranger by the day. Let's just say, me personally, I hope the allegations against Meek aren't true because, like I said before, I'm a Meek fan. I love his music. I think he's a stand-up guy. I don't know, man. You know, it's a really unfortunate thing that in hip-hop artists are the only artists in the world that have to live up to the image, right? People don't expect Al Pacino to be Tony Montana all the time, right? People don't expect Arnold Schwarzenegger to really be chopping down buildings and people in real life, right? But for some reason, rappers are held to an image, are expected to live up to this gangster persona that they talk about in music. And the reality is, if these rappers are really doing what they're saying in their songs, then they're going to jail. This is not Grand Theft Auto where you can press restart after you do something to somebody. This is real life. And if you do real crimes in real life, you go to jail. Or you get unalived yourself. So get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation with Meek and this weird confession. Hey guys, make sure you cop that new eccentric merch we got dropping for the spring and the summer of 2024. The trucker hats are now available in black and white and in pink, black, and white. DM me, be Cash App ready if you like one. Get at me. God bless.
Meek Mill just dropped some of his best music in years, but you wouldn't know it with all the chaos happening on Twitter right now. Meek's new EP, Heathenism, arrived on Wednesday night, right after a new lawsuit against Diddy went public. The suit reads, Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper Redacted, R&B singer Redacted, and Stevie J. The footnotes describe the first Redacted artist as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, so everyone is assuming it's Meek. It's unfortunate but not surprising that the internet immediately started to make jokes about Meek's rumored sexuality, rather than focusing on serious alleged crimes in the Diddy lawsuit. Meek did what he always does and made it even worse for himself by going on an unhinged Twitter rant, where he tried to refute the allegations by bragging about how many women he sleeps with and how he thinks the lawsuit is computer generated. Coincidentally, he had already made plans to drop a new EP on Wednesday night, and despite all the noise, Heathenism is actually a well put together project. Came from the Bottom is a strong intro. It reminds me of Cold Hunter 2 with a disarmingly gentle production, and it shows glimpses of Meek's range with how he croons through the hook. The project maintains that momentum through times like this, and while his attempt at Jersey and Philly Club with Whatever I Want falls a little flat, he recovers on the next track and gets a standout verse of Future on the outro. Many of the things that he was trying to respond to last night in his Twitter rant were ironically addressing the music, but in a much more coherent way. When Academics tweeted, "You were reformed or you a killer," he could have just let his bar, "I think this thing gets sweet because I've been giving back," on Big Boy Breathe instead of continuing his rant. The Twitter chaos distracts from the real shit that he's rapping about on the EP. Trolls were eating it up when Act tweeted that Meek must be back on them perks after his outburst. But on Giving Chanel, he raps, "And they killed my dog a few days ago, I ain't holding it back. Can't even explain how I feel unless I'm rolling off these pills." One of the biggest what ifs in rap is what Meek Mill's career and public perception would look like if he never created a Twitter account. Yes, Twitter would have been a mess this week after the lawsuit came out regardless, but Meek made it much worse for himself when he logged on. Even as I make this video, Meek and Act are still going back and forth with empty threats for no reason. For the sake of his legacy, Meek needs to delete his Twitter. For Complex, I'm Jordan Rose. Peace.